Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Georgiemon and I'm your friendly neighborhood anime and manga fan. I love all things anime and all things manga, and I'm here today to talk about Chainsaw Man chapter 130. So, what did I think about this week's chapter? To be honest, I thought this chapter went by like in a second, because this chapter took me probably 3 minutes to read, so I was debating actually whether or not to do a review on it, but I was like, you know what? It wouldn't be consistent of me to just ditch this chapter, even though it's very, very short and very, very fast, but it was a good chapter though. It was a solid chapter. It was just, to me personally, very short, but it was awesome. It was just action-packed and an incredible chase sequence that Fujimoto, created in this chapter. Now, before I get into this week's chapter, I just wanted to give you guys a quick reminder to make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you guys can be up to date with all my Chainsaw Man, as well as all my anime and manga content that I'll be providing in this channel. It really helps out a lot, and I would really appreciate if you guys could subscribe to my YouTube channel. So if you guys could, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now, with all that out of the way, let's get into this week's chapter. So this week's chapter picks up where we left off last time, which is pretty much Denji and Asa, they're riding that crazy looking Chainsaw Man bicycle. And it was insane because like Denji's just doing like stunts. Like, my man, he needs to join the family. He needs to be with Vin Diesel, and the rest of the gang, Ludacris. My man has to be a member of the Fast family, because the way that he was driving that motorcycle, a thing that he's never driven before, like, my man had plot armor just like they do. So it will be a great match between these two. Now, I don't know if it's just me or, you guys related to this too, but I personally, when I was reading this chapter, when Denji was doing all this crazy stuff with the bikes, I was either thinking of Fast and the Furious or Mission Impossible, because like the sequences were so over the top, but it was awesome. We love seeing these explosions and whatnot, especially when Fujimoto draws them, because he drew them phenomenally. And that's the thing that I wanted to bring up in this chapter, that we give a lot of credit to Fujimoto for being an incredible writer, and I feel like sometimes his art itself, like his drawing style, gets overlooked a couple of times, when to me his style of drawing is incredible. And just look at this chapter, the amount of destruction that he drew when all these buildings were falling apart. I thought he did an amazing job, illustrating, a catastrophe, because that's what's happening right now. I mean, buildings are being destroyed everywhere. Denji and Asa are running away from this worm caterpillar looking monster thing. And, the sequences was incredible. It felt very cinematic, to be honest. And that's the thing that we all know about Fujimoto. He's very, he likes to stylize his work to a T. And that's, we see in this chapter, when Fujimoto, he's great at his character writing and stuff like that, but when, stuff needs to go down, a lot of explosions, a lot of epic, battles and whatnot, he is on top of his game at that too. And that's the thing that I feel like a lot of us have overlooked. And I just wanted to give you guys, a quick, remember, like, Fujimoto, he is not just a great writer, he's also a great illustrator. So, just putting it out there, he absolutely killed it when it came to the art in this chapter. Now, a couple of things that were funny about this chapter was actually, you see Asa telling Denji, like, okay, do what the fake Saw Man, get out of here, get out of his way, and we should be fine. And Denji just goes like, what, you trust in that sketchy dude? He ain't the real, I'm the real Chainsaw Man. Who, what? And so I thought that was a cute little interaction between the two of them. And it also, we didn't see anything regarding the fake Chainsaw Man. So he came and went, like, my man disappeared. And I'm sure that Fujimoto will answer who the Chainsaw Man imposter is, in the future. I mean, somebody has to be behind all of this. And if I had to guess right now, I'm in the common theory that this fake Chainsaw Man, the imposter, is actually a devil that was created because of the Chainsaw Man devil. As in, like, Pochita is the Chainsaw devil, and then Denji became the Chainsaw Man because of Pochita and him merging together. And, we know that the public loves Denji as well as they hate him too. So I'm assuming that the people that fear Denji, there's plenty of them, so it would be able to manifest an entity like the fake Chainsaw Man. So it'll be like the Chainsaw Man devil, if that makes any sense. But that's a popular theory I've seen around, and I think I like to favor that theory right now, because other than that, I have no idea who would be behind all this. To be honest, the chain shifter devil? So my popular theory, as well as other people's popular theory, is that it will be a imposter Chainsaw Man, because people being afraid of Chainsaw Man. But throughout the chapter, we see that they're just running away, and just this incredible, like I said, I can't emphasize this enough, incredible art. Like, you just see like buildings being obliterated and crashing down, and it felt like the end of the world, and that's what's happening, because we know that Nostradamus is about to go down, And you know, like Fami told Yoshida, like there will be an event that will be catastrophic, and it seems so far that, you know, everything that she said has been to a T. Now, the thing that we did see an update on this chapter, because we didn't see no Yoshida, we didn't see no Fami, no Nayuta, so I think that we will see them, but we didn't see them just yet. But who we did see was the return of the Falling Devil, and she was not having none of this. Like, she was just like, have a taste of this, and she just drops a whole building on top of Denji and Asa. And I, for a second, didn't think she was done with, because that would have been too easy. But at the same time, in the back of my mind, I was thinking maybe she got defeated, but I don't know. She seems way too OP, like, right now, to be beaten like that. But at the same time, it's Fujimoto, so you never know when his characters will die. I mean, he's notorious for that. You never know whether a character will die in, you know, the next page, or he'll survive. But pretty much what happens after that, Denji and them avoided, and Denji does these sick tricks with the bike. You know, like, my man, he needs to go to the X Games, because I feel like if Denji was in the X Games, he'll be getting all the gold medals. Like, the Denji is a pro at this. If he played Mario Kart, his vehicle would be the motorcycles. Okay, that's how I know that Denji is a pro at this. Like, my man is too fast and too furious, you know. So Vin Diesel, if you're watching this video, put Denji in the next movie. I'm just saying, bro. Cast a live action Denji. But finally, we see that Denji, you know, while he's riding the motorcycle, he does this sick, like, he runs over this building, he's in the air, and he goes charging in on that bug-looking monster. And this monster looks cool, and it was a double page splash, and it just looked awesome. I love that. I love when Fujimoto pulls all the stops with, like, his visuals when it comes to this stuff, because his creatures always look awesome, no matter, like, how weird or wacky they might seem. Like, at the end of the day, they look pretty iconic. I mean, we know the scene with the astronauts. Anytime there's a devil that's gonna be a showdown, it always looks pretty sick, and he delivered once again on that end, because we see this monster thing, and, you know, he has a mouth in his stomach. If any of you guys have ever played Doom, it kind of reminded me of some of the enemies in Doom, because they just look like straight up creatures from hell, and it's very fitting, because obviously we all know that these devils are coming from hell. So I thought that monster looked sick. It looked like a final boss, like I said in Doom. And, you know, Doomslayer ain't here, so Denji has to take care of this by himself, and Asa. Now, a thing that I did like to mention was that, you know, Denji did compliment Asa on, you know, because he said that, oh, I didn't know you could use this powers. Like, that's cool. And so I'm sure that, you know, going forward, that will be an issue that will be, you know, like, brought up upon, because otherwise I feel like it wouldn't just be a throwaway line, because I think Denji would be like, well, how can you do that? Like, I can turn into a devil, but, like, so did you have, like, a contract or something? And I think she'll be like, it's complicated. And I think Denji will be like, hey, I got a little something like that went down with me. I kind of died, came back with a devil, you know. Same thing with me, Pochita. Same thing with you and your War Devil, right? I think, but who knows? That might happen. But at the end of the day, I thought this chapter was great, and it was a fun read, but I just wish it was a little longer. But I understand, you know, like, I'm not trying to rush Fujimoto. He's a master of his craft. I'm just saying that as a, you know, reader that reads it weekly, it just felt a little shorter than the other ones do. But it's okay, because at the end of the day, you know, quality over quantity. Like, the pages we did get were amazing, and Fujimoto absolutely killed it with the art. And I'm looking forward to see what this final showdown is going to look like, because, like I said, I think that Yoshida's still going to, like, he still has a part to play in this, because Yoshida, he is on this, about this Nostradamus, like, this phenomenon. He's the #1, you know, aficionado at, you know, trying to take this down, because he knows what's going to happen, because he's even talked with Fami, and we know that Fami's connected through it, because she is part of the 4 horsewomen. So I'm very curious to see where the story takes us from here, because right now it's just big action scenes, and I love this, but I want to see where the end goal is heading towards. And I feel like next chapter we're going to get some answers, because this chapter was a high-speed chase and they took the fight to them. Now they're going to deliver, and I hope that we get to see Denji and Asa team up, because that would be awesome. Imagine just Asa and Denji, you know, submitting themselves as the best power couple in anime and manga right now. That'd be amazing, and I would love to see that happening. So if you're watching this, Fujimoto, make it happen. Just kidding. Do your thing. You're a genius. You don't need me. You got your brain. You don't listen to anything I have to say. But with that being said, what did you guys think about this week's chapter? Did you guys love it? Did you guys hate it? Did you guys say it was alright? Whatever you guys thought, let me know in the comment section down below. Also, thank you so much for sticking all the way to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more Chainsaw Man anime and manga content in the near future. But yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.